Okay, what we got? We got Elon Musk openly admits to boosting in video games. Kripp's react and Samir Quinn's video. Okay, let me see what is going on. What does your boy Kripp got to say about the admission of Elon
Okay. I'm
cheating?
just gonna give you guys a summary.
Oh
Okay.
shit! I am in the wrong spot. Son of a bitch. Okay, there's your boy.
Quinn made a React video. It's an hour and 7 minutes, guys.
Yeah,
I
and we
I
ain't
just
doing that.
no, I'm good.
No
I
thanks.
I really enjoy Quinn's content. I'm subscribed. He's very entertaining. I saw like 20 minutes of this video.
Quinn made the initial CSI video outing Elon and putting together all the puzzle pieces for all the and made the claim that Elon was boosted, Elon cheated, blah blah blah. So of course he's gonna farm every other video that goes along and adds to the painting that Elon is a fraud.
Just to kind of get the gist of it, and I'm like, that's fine. I'm good. Basically, this dude, I don't really know who he is, but apparently he's all in Elon's DMs, and basically they played like Diablo together, and they exchanged some conversations about Diablo and Path of Exile. And Elon is like, yeah, of course they're boosted, because, well, that's how you have to compete. They're all doing that.
Which is kind of crazy to me because what do you mean that's how you have to compete? So understandably, every video game content creator kind of falls in two categories in that you're either really good at the game or you're just like a funny person. You're entertaining in some way, you're educational, whatever. So you're either really good or you're really entertaining. You have to come to grips with being one or the other. And it seems that Elon is what is he doing? He's applying all these content creator like what do you call it? Vibes to whenever he streams on X. Like why are you trying to compete? Who are you trying to compete against? Oh, you're trying to compete against everybody else on the ladder? Well, okay. What do you want out of that? What you want rank 1? But to do that, you quickly realize that you have to account share and boost and a bunch of other shit and real money trade RMT. So then at that point, once you admit to cheating, it's your whole persona, once you are branded a cheater, you are forever branded as a cheater. I mean, it's Elon Musk. Why does he even give a shit about being good at video games? He can be good at a zillion other things and nobody would give a shit about it. Why is he trying to be rank 1 in a video game? He's rank 1 in terms of money around the world. Why is he coming down to a random ass hobby such as video games and trying to be number 1 at some video game? It's baffling to me.
And he's kind of referring to PoE 2, I believe, in that context. Now you have to walk that back a little bit and understand that in terms of the actual games that Elon himself has played, it seems like he has actually played a lot of Diablo. Boosted or not, I don't get whatever.
I don't
He
know
has
either.
actually played a lot of Diablo. He just has. So in the world of Diablo, the whole boosting thing, it's like a lot softer. In Diablo 3, people were botting to get higher paragons to then compete for the ladder.
And like that's another thing about having like an in-game leaderboard is that as long as there's a leaderboard in a video game, uh, upheld by the developers themselves, you got to understand that that leaderboard can also be hacked. So you don't have to just, do the thing, get the time, fastest time, the most damage, the whatever. You can simply just type in a little cheat and then just put yourself on the top of the leaderboard. Does that mean you actually are rank 1? Well, of course, if it's like on the if it's on the video game developer leaderboard, then everybody assumes this is like the official thing. Well, then by definition, you are the rank 1 person. You're not actually the rank 1 person because you just hacked and just typed your name in at the tippy top. It's like, oh, I did it in the fastest time. I did it in 0.01 seconds. I did this whole thing, guys. Oh. And cheating in, well, not just video games, but also in sports or anything really. It's never like black and white as much as you would think. Like in a vacuum, there like cheating can be black and white up into a point, but like it's more like a gradient or like a spectrum in terms of like cheating. So like you got like a line, let's see, shape line where there's like a line there. There's like a line there. And then this is like never cheat. And this is 100% cheat. So like then you have this gradient of like what is and is not considered cheating. So you'll have things like aim, like let's also take into account like FPS. So you'll have things like aimbot or in what do you call it? Like any of these ARPGs, you'll have botting that is cheating. Like I don't really think this is like up for debate. Botting is cheating. Whatever. You'll have in FPS, you'll have like walls. You know, you can see through things to identify where a player is. This is not really up for debate. That is cheating. Things to like increase your damage or whatever, God mode, whatever, cheat, like insert. And then you can have things like in the middle. And never cheat is even also, you could put things in never cheat. So like in terms of sports, you could do steroids. Oh my God. The steroids are the PEDs. So in video games, can you not have PEDs in video games? Of course you do. Of course you do. You have all the tippity top players, they're all on stims. Well, maybe not all on stims, but there's a good chunk of players on stims. Adderall, aka Addy. Vyvanse. This is going in the wrong category. So in video games, you can have like Adderall or Addy, Vyvanse, anything that is, combat that like, and this is where the acting comes into play of the acting and the disingenuousness of a person comes into play. How willing are you prepared to act like you have ADHD versus actually having ADHD? There's like Adderall, or was it Ritalin? That was another one. Adderall, Addy, Vyvanse, Ritalin, Riddy. I don't even know how to spell the damn thing. Um, these are all like sports specific and then video game specific. But then you can have things in the middle. Like, is it kind of cheating or is it not cheating to have a better diet than like your opponents? Okay, is diet cheating? I mean, most people would probably say no. It's just like you had that option to like like engage in a healthy diet or like a shitty diet, just eat McDonald's and like either sports or video games. You can have a diet. You can eat a bunch of like shitty food like from McDonald's and feel actual shitty and have a shitty performance on like video game tournament day. So diet, versus like an opponent that has like a well optimized diet. Oh well, no. What about blood doping in sports? Having a blood transfusion. Is blood doping considered cheating? I mean, in terms of sports, kind of, yeah. But what about in video games? What about macros? Things like you hit one button and it does a bunch of other things. I mean, and especially with my keyboard right here, which is a wooting, utility. A lot of things you can do in here for. Okay. We found it. Woohoo! Where is it? You can automate a lot of things. And where was it? You can adjust the activation distance. You have this thing called rapid trigger to where as long as you spam the button, the ability or the action will come out as fast as humanly possible. Tachyon mode. This is like the speediest version of like your key that you can press as fast as you humanly possibly can. What else? And then you have this thing, also a program for your keyboard. Oh wow. I didn't know that. Okay, saw it now. Not now. Let me see. You can literally. I tried to do this with Helldivers. You can literally hit one button to hit a bunch of other buttons on your video game, and this isn't a thing. This isn't like a crazy program. This is like an official program from the keyboard manufacturer that does this. So are macros cheating when I'm simply utilizing my hardware in the best, most optimized way? And I mean, things that could be considered never cheating. What do you call it? Is having a hardware advantage considered cheating? If you want to go for 100%, what do you call it? Competitive integrity. Well, if somebody has like a slightly better computer, is that not an advantage for the person that has like more money, better hardware? Well, it's better HW, whatever. I mean, this person isn't really cheating. They're not really like engaging in anything dubious or anything like that. But like, you do have an advantage when you have a better computer, faster internet, so on and so forth. But technically, this person has never cheated, but they have better hardware, and that does pose like a better advantage. So people don't, when it comes to the topic of cheating, it's very hard to, well, it's not really that hard. Well, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to figure out like what people consider is and is not cheating. And again, why are we talking about this? This is crazy. Fucking the richest guy in the world is trying to make claims that he's good at a video game. Like, why? Why? That's my question.
And like a lot of people are doing this. Like a lot. top
So Kripp, he's just outing everybody right now. Like if back in the day when D3 was like popping off, like super popular and whatnot, there's no way he could have said that. Like, oh, everybody's botting. Oh, the only way he could do that is when, you know, many years have passed and it's like a thing that happened way in the past, so nobody really gives a shit anymore about it. So,
leaderboard players was like only these people, like botting paragons in Diablo 3, and some people were doing it so egregiously that it was.
So keep in mind, he says egregiously. So when someone uses the word like egregiously, that also implies that botting can also be done in a non-egregious way. Again, I will go back to the gradient of cheating. As long as you are botting and it's not egregious, that means technically it's okay. But in a vacuum, that's still cheating.
It's just impossible to ignore. In Diablo 4, it's still a thing. RMT is big in Diablo 4.
Yeah.
The whole, like...
Well, the whole argument with the RMT is, and this is kind of hilarious, as long as you can trade player to player, then players will RMT if given the chance. That the reason that's up for debate is because it's the amount of players engaging in real money trading. Yes, probably like of all as the take the D4 percentage as like a pie chart and it's like 100%, and you cut out a slice. How much of a percentage do you think all the players are real money trading? What would you guess? Like maybe 10%, 15, 20% of players? Are they real money trading? Or are people just like playing co-op with their friends and they're just like, hey, I got a really good item for you. Here, just take it. Okay. Nobody really gives a shit about that instance. People give a shit about going onto Discord and looking at the trade discords. Oh, looking for this item. We'll pay $10 for a really good item. Pay $20, $100, $200 for really good item. That's what pisses people off.
Ethical acquisition of power and loot. It is unfortunately a lot more tainted in the Diablo verse, and I don't exactly know why, but yeah, like the most popular Diablo streamers, they help their viewers to clear the bosses. So
yeah, and this is another gradient of cheating that he's going to explain.
they basically, like, you know, when I do the bosses with the viewers, I basically tell people to bring a quarter of the mats, like a bring your own beer situation. And what happens is they don't really do that, and I end up putting like half the mats of everything we do, and I get screwed. But that's fine, because it's a game, and it's not that competitive, and we're playing for fun. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, most like top Diablo players either RMT like crazy, or trade like crazy. Like a few of them are ethical, but yeah, they're just like insanely playing the market. And the other category is like streamers that help their viewers kill
And the reason, one reason, not the reason, just one reason that people consider this, the real money trading thing, unethical is that there is a monetary investment that goes along with real money trading. You know, you pay like $100, $200, $300 or whatever amount of money for your favorite item. Bang, got the item. I do all the damage. Now, because I got this really one good item or a key item that offers unique interactions with my character, now I can go ahead and make a build video, and because I invested $50, $100 in this one item, I can go ahead, make a YouTube video, and post it across all social medias, get all the views, get all the clicks, and then I reap all the rewards from those videos that I make. All right, that's the issue. That's one issue. It's not the issue, but it's one issue.
Bosses, like literally every waking moment for like 3 days straight. And it's like, oh, guys, look. Here's my collection of 50 grandfathers. This one rolled pretty well. It's like, yeah, it's like not... You cannot farm that amount of loot. Now, if the content is ridiculously hard, you can, in some cases, argue that you are, like, helping your viewers get a kill. That's maybe a lot more true on, like, the first day of the game, maybe the second day of the game. But people who play Diablo are literally doing this the entire season. Like,
Yeah,
literally,
that's
like 3
hilarious.
months, okay? Like, these are obvious handouts, obviously unethical, all that kind of stuff. And in this video, through this dude's DMs, it's kind of insinuated that, generally speaking, there's a lot of unethical behavior that goes into getting a top time on like a pit clear or content equivalent in Diablo 4.
It's a team effort. It's a team effort to get the top time. As hilarious as that is, if you wanted to play a solo game, newsflash, it's not. You wanted to get away from team play, team games like Overwatch or Marvel Rivals or Apex, or I don't know, pick your favorite team-based game, and you wanted to just sit down and try to be competitive in this quote-unquote single-player game, newsflash, buddy, it's not. It's just as much of a team game as any other. The other part of your team just isn't helping you directly with the actual time. They're just supplying you with items to make your build really good.
And that's... I don't have first-hand experience, but there's so much of this crap that I definitely believe that, okay? So when Elon starts playing PoE 2, he basically assumes that this is happening in PoE 2. And you know what? It probably is happening in PoE 2.
Yeah.
But again,
I mean, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard dick about ass about any sort of anti-cheat system that GGG has. How long have they been around for PoE 1? At least 10 years, from what I hear. Like, what do they have? Like, I know, like, I run the shit off Steam, so I don't know if there's like an intrinsic, like, easy anti-cheat thing that goes along with it. But if you played PoE 1 just off the regular PoE launcher, did they ever market like, ooh, we're figuring out anti-cheat systems, guys? Ooh, like, did they do anything with an anti-cheat system? Just, like, would the community even want them to engage in coming up with or like trying to make an anti-cheat system? Is that something that the community would want for PoE 2? You know, you're trying to appeal to more people, make the game a little bit more accessible. So it would kind of stand to reason that you want the game to be a little bit more, have a little bit more competitive integrity. But then again, who's looking to PoE 2 to have a competitively like viable experience? Like, if everything is like seasonal, I mean, I'm just playing the game for fun with my buddies. I don't give a shit about all of this like noise and racket.
I am not familiar with how that takes place in PoE 2. The difference is that in PoE and PoE 2, by extension, there is a large skill element. It's a large skill element. And also, most of the competitiveness happens in solo self-found. So not a trading league. So it's impossible to get handouts.
Yeah.
And the people that, not usually.
Well, if you just said everything happens in solo self-found, all the competitiveness, but we just had little old Elon come out and say, hey guys. Oh, wait, no, that was hardcore trade league. It wasn't hardcore solo self-found. Oh, okay, no, I'm wrong.
always, the people that always land on top of the ladder in Path of Exile 2, not 99% of the time, 100% of the time. 100% of the top players in Path of Exile and Path of Exile 2, they're basically streaming what they're doing the whole time. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So the people that are boosting, the people that are RMTing and all.
I mean, and again, I'm kind of I'm new to PoE. I played like an hour of PoE 1, so all of my knowledge of who's good, who's bad, I have no knowledge of who's good, who's bad.
All that kind of stuff, they're actually not winning, even through that. That's just kind of how it works out for whatever reason. But Elon, coming from the Diablo sphere, he basically assumes that anyone that's beating him or beating whatever boosters or any of that kind of stuff, they're also boosting, because that's just what happens. And again, it's a bit of a mix.
So if Elon is coming over here, he's playing hardcore trade league. So I guess he wouldn't really understand which ladder is the competitive one. Okay, that's fine. And there's only like one ladder for each category. Naturally, he's gonna think, oh, just try to get at the top. What is everybody else doing? Oh, they're all boosting in like count sharing. Okay, that's what I gotta do. Meanwhile, all the competition is happening in solo self-found, either trade league or hardcore. So maybe next season he goes and plays solo self-found and put his money where his mouth is next season. You know, maybe not have Kekius Maximus do all the work. Maybe don't have Perseverance do all the work, or Elon Ma do all the work. Why not just have him do it? Oh, but I have all these businesses and all this other shit to do. I can barely play. Like, this is not a good excuse, Elon. This is not a good excuse. You can put a bunch of time and effort into Diablo, but you can't put a bunch of time and effort into PoE 2. This doesn't make sense.
Quinn likes to play it like, you know, all the people at the top are like ethical or whatever. The very, very top, he's correct, but I think when you go a little bit lower,
Oh, yep.
It's, you know, it's probably a mix.
Yeah.
Probably a mix. So, yeah, basically, Elon's like, well, everyone's doing it. They're just boosting. So, yeah. Presumably, going from that to streaming him playing content, well, yeah, surprising to nobody. Generally speaking, the first few videos on the topic, they were just really funny. This is like investigative journalism, right? It's like,
oh yeah,
bro, okay, it's not that funny. Now I'm explaining it so you guys understand it.
Bro, I love all this drama coming out from all the woodworks, all the nooks and crannies. I love this shit, dude. This is so good.
But you know, the fun has died, guys. The fun has been killed. So
until another person comes out, the fun is done and killed until another person comes out to out Elon or whatever, or until Elon decides to make another crazy claim. All right, it's just a lull in drama right now.
I'm not gonna react to like the whole hour long video. Okay, guys, it's not gonna happen.
I already seen it anyway, so.
There is just another little bit here that I want to kind of emphasize. Generally speaking, what makes the Elon situation a little bit more ridiculous than it really ought to be is that Elon is keeping these gamer achievements like a chip on his shoulder all of the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm such a gamer. I'm the best gamer. I'm the best at these games. You know, all that kind of stuff. Oh, number one. I'm number one. Number one. But like,
This is hilarious. In Quake, in Elden Ring, in Diablo, and PoE. He's not number one in anything. He's not. This is hilarious. And even like him trying to bring up Quake is like that 40-year-old dude has having like that one guy who is 40 plus years old having a midlife crisis, and the only thing he is like relying on is his like former achievements in high school where he was like the quarterback on the varsity football team going like, oh yeah, back in the day it was like varsity quarterback, we won we won the Cotton Bowl back then in the day, that was me on. And meanwhile he's like all fat, out of shape, and just like works at Walmart or whatever, and he's just riding his own coattails on his former achievements. It's so hilarious.
If there's DMs where you're talking about boosters and stuff, of course, and all that kind of stuff.
And this is another funny thing. You think your DMs are private, and for the most part they are, until one of the parties decides to leak them. So even when you're talking in DMs, he can't be like 100% honest. You have to talk like, if these got leaked, what would look good, what would look bad. That has to happen in your head.
Yes, careful, my check. I don't have a check mark. It's obviously in bad taste. Okay.
Yeah.
Most of the respectable achievements in the gaming sphere are entirely in the open, and there is little or no question to how it was done and how ethical it was in regards to completing it,
Like, so like, let's think, FPS games, there's like big LAN tournaments for all the FPS games. Same thing with like League of Legends, Dota, Rocket League. I mean, like, let's look at like what's the most popular esports. Most popular esports. I don't know, 2024. Most popular esports games. Oh my god. League. That's a big old tournament, very public. You can't fake being number one. Mobile. Wow. Mobile League, Counter-Strike, Valorant, Dota. Big tournaments. These are all like crazy gaming achievements to win tournaments in these games. Brawl Stars, what the fuck is that? PUBG, Fortnite. Damn, 12 mil, 16. Okay, Arena of Valor, whatever. Free Fire, Apex, Minecraft. What? That's news to me. Rainbow Six Siege, PUBG, Battleground. Yeah, all this stuff is done in public. Monster Strike. What the fuck is Monster Strike? I get Street Fighter. Wait, can you sort? No, this is sort by views. How about, can we sort by prize pool? Ooh, by prize pool. Okay. Yeah, you're the usual suspects. The fucking Call of Duty or Warzone. Yeah, all of this stuff is done in public. Single player games can be competitive, but those, like, the forms of competition for single player games usually occur in the form of speed running. Like, what's most popular speed run website? I have no idea. Web website is the best reference for speed running. What is it? Speedrun.com. What is this? 10 years ago? Okay, whatever. Speedrun? Is this like, what is like the main speedrun website? I have no idea. Is it like simply just games done quick? I don't know. But what I'm like getting at is that the competition for single player games of like speedruns, it's not as like cut and dry. All those other competitive games, it's like very like publicized. Like everybody knows that's the tournament. Everybody knows the tournament. For like everything else, that's like kind of gray.
With the person that's showing it off. So yes, it's just, it doesn't really change anything, but it does add a little bit more context to the situation. And honestly, from my perspective of, having some knowledge about, both Diablo and PoE, I can kind of see where like Elon is coming from, but again, it doesn't really make it any less pathetic.
Oh yeah, it is very pathetic.
Yeah, if the way that I see it is, yeah, if you're not allowed to do this, by the way, but yeah, if you're like boosting and RMTing and all that kind of stuff, and then you're doing that to compete with the leaderboard, and a few other people are doing that as well, and sure, maybe your boosters are better than their boosters, and you win the booster war.
Yeah. Did you really win if you won the booster war, bro? Did you really win? Well, yes, by definition, I'm actually number one on the leaderboard. Well, it's like, no one gives a shit when you pilot your character like a fucking 5-year-old, dude.
Fantastic.
Let me just drag all these items all off the ground into my inventory.
Does that make you the best player of that game? No, it doesn't.
No.
Okay. Like, going back to like PoE 2, you're a better player if you can beat the Act 2 boss with mace skills than if you play a fully decked out character in a not difficult, level 18 map or whatever, right? and people that play that game know this. It's just
so. Oh yeah. Okay. So I think essentially what Kripp was trying to say is like, if you could beat the game with mace skills, and from my understanding, I think mace is like the worst weapon right now in terms of like just everything, like damage, mobility, usability, everything. If you can beat the game or whatever, like the last boss, whatever, with the worst weapon, then yes, you are one of the best players. For a better reference, if this kind of goes along the vein of, like, let's use fighting games as an example. If you can win like multiple major tournaments or shit Evo with like some of the worst characters on the bottom of the tier list, hey, you are the player. All right, you are the guy. So taking those like bottom tier like characters and to like win majors or in tournaments with them, yes, that makes you a good player. In terms of FPS, if you can win big tournaments, win big tournament majors or whatever with the worst guns, yes, that makes you an insanely good player. But what's the trend in tournaments, in competition? Well, it's called the meta. What's the best gun? What's the best character? What's the best weapon? What's the best gear? That's what people operate under.
So sad. It's just so pathetic, basically, is the full story of it. All right, so there you have it. I'm sure it's not the end. Farmer Quinn over here is going to be farming Elons longer than I can manage to.
Oh, yeah.
And, well,
this shit is
I hope at least he
awesome.
gets some joy out of it.
Oh, man. Bro, I love this shit. Oh, my God. I'm just waiting for the next drama to pop up. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I hope the drama keeps going on. I hope more shit. Oh, actually, look at right here. More League D. Oh, wait, no, maybe that's the same video. Whatever. Yeah. Okay, that's it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.